It's been 13 weeks of learning. 13 good weeks of thrilling experiences. Dio dikane ndia sedake siebe manyankopone. Hwe dia mpon basayi adom. Dia wasom we kurakram abesim pempenswe. Meka se Ebenezer dia nyankopone de me abetrini. I'd like to say a very big thank you to Osachefo Osiadeyo, Dr. Ajiman Bedu Diotosumyenu, who's the president of the Bono Regional House of Chiefs, Nanaya Ensia Diotosumyenu, president of the Bono Regional Queen Mothers Association. I'd like to say a very big thank you to all the MPs in my region, Honorable William Okofo-Date, Honorable Prince Mfodwo, Nana Yabua Esiama, Mama Mahuya Jom, Dahwa Sedodo, Wasomu, Asadapane and Demahone. I'd like to say a very big thank you to Sewenyako All Students Association. And also I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Isaac Oseyebwa and his wife, Madame Naomi Oseyebwa. Thank you so much. Lene Services staff, thank you. Bono for Gold members, thank you very much. My family and friends, I thank you all so much. In fact, everybody, CCC, Reverend Ransford Obing, thank you all so much. First Vision I Care, I thank you too. In fact, for anybody whose name I've not mentioned, I say a very big thank you. And I would also like to say a special thanks to Media General, everybody inclusive, the crew, the producers, our chaperone, everyone that has helped me to this far. Thank you so much. For me, I am dedicating myself to the cause of orphans because I have been an orphan for almost all my life. And one thing I've come to realize is that these people need a helping hand every single day of their lives until a time where they can also become helping hands to others like themselves. I've always believed that if you're fighting for people, people believe in someone who have felt what they feel, someone who has been where they are, and so they believe that you can better fight for them. This is what I stand for, and this is my truth. I will encourage you all to keep voting for me. Keep supporting Mfodwo. The short code has always been *713 *13#. Or you can download the TV3 Reality app on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store to vote Mfodwo, MFODWO. Njide se nyankopone nensa yam nti bibia bekoye Bono for Gold nta ho nyina ase hwede ampon onhyira ho nyina.
Mfodwo was clothed by F. Pinta Clothing, with hair by Best and More Limited.
Ladies well groomed by African American Beauty Academy, inspiring beauty beyond borders. Accessories by Magdal Couture.
She's my mother. The warmth of her heart suits all pain away. The touch of her hand keeps trouble at bay. She loves like no other. He's my father, my hero. His arms are my shelter, assuring me that he's my protector. He loves like no other. The love from both parents is an emotion so immense that I thought nothing in this world could erase. But one fateful day, death laid its icy hands on my father. Death had no mercy as it struck again and took my mother too, leaving me alone at that tender age. A very confusing experience, oblivious of what was happening. I had no hope of how I would live without parents. But in the middle of that storm, God gave me an anchor, an angel of hope, who held my hand and showed me love and care that death robbed me of when it took away my parents. My name is Eva Efia Mfodwo. This is my childhood, and this is my story. Why me? Why was only a child, and already my scars were like the bruises on a slave's feet. The orphans, that's us. I chose this path, or should I say this path chose me when the sad reality hits me as a bubbly child who saw her world crashing down after losing my daddy at age 3 and mommy at age 6. What was to become of me? A child who never bargained to become an orphan. And so this was why I chose to be a part of the solution and not just redefine the problem. To help give orphans hope for a brighter tomorrow. According to the SOS Children's Village, an estimated 1.1 million children in Ghana have either lost one or both parents. Thousands of children sleep on the street. Some beg for money. They sell or even engage in theft just to survive. The country is grateful to individuals and organizations who have dedicated themselves to orphans. Honorable judges, nananom, bono mane ne Ghana mane, oye manijie nyahohoahoa. I am honored and humbled to introduce to you the Mfodwo's Hope City Foundation, which will identify these children in my region by getting data from the social welfare and also consulting with other core institutions within the region. I am seeking to support one orphan at a time, and I intend to provide these orphans with educational funding, uniforms, stationaries, and scholarship. I will also provide them with technical and vocational trainings. Thank you. Funding for this project will be sought from international donor agencies like the USAID. And I'll also partner with other local care agencies and NGOs with children at heart. I will also rely on individual philanthropists with children at heart, just like yourselves. Beneficiaries for this project will be from ages 0 to 18, and the only qualification will be children with no caretakers. The proposed duration for this project is 1 year, which will be split into 3 main phases. That is the selection and the funding phase, the project's main phase, and the monitoring, evaluation, and sustainability phase. This project is intended to be for the people and by the people, which is why it's a community empowerment and support for orphan and vulnerable children's project. Judges, audience, viewers at home, these orphans are all around us. We see them, we know them, uncared for and forgotten by almost everybody. The drama you saw earlier, that is my childhood, and that is my story. That poor girl who lost her parents at that tender age. I have been an orphan for close to 20 years, but I am here today because someone helped me. I also have a voice because someone schooled me. I am able to champion this cause on this big platform because she still supports me with her little, and I can't thank her enough. Linda Mfodwo believed in me. Audience and viewers at home, I believe that if I've been able to get to this point as an orphan, with your help and with my help, we can push these little orphans to any destination that they want to go. I expect to pass through this world but once. Therefore, any kindness that I can show anybody, let me do it now. For I shall not pass this way again. This is my truth. This is what I stand for. And I hope you stand with me to give hope to the hopeless. And together, we can all become angels of hope to these orphans.
We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a
A very strong message from the Mfodwo Hope City Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bono region, the one and only Mfodwo. Janet Sunkwamils, what are your thoughts?
Mfodwo, lift up your head. You are the voice, Mfodwo. You are special, Mfodwo. You have just proven that the beginning of a journey is never the end. You are going to go places. And tonight, your voice was emotive because you were speaking from an experience, from your soul. Mfodwo, you did great. If I was an investor, you have convinced me to invest in your project. Sweetheart, keep shining and keep shining your light the brightest.
Thank you, Janet Sunkwa Mills. Linda, we are ready to listen to you about Mfodwo's performance.
Mfodwo, I really feel your pain because I have been there. I lost a mother at a very tender age. Although I had a living father, I might as well have been an orphan. So I do understand. But for the mercy of others who supported me, feeding me, and the grace of God, I won't be sitting here today. So I do understand. And I really, really would like to support your project. But then, you say 1 year. How do you support an orphan for 1 year?
I said the 1 year because you see, if you win the crown, you are supposed to embark on a project for a year. But then mine is beyond 1 year. I only stated 1 year because of the duration of our project when you should win the crown.
Yes, but I think your presentation should have said so because you can't support an orphan or somebody who needs help for just a year. It's a long-term project, but it's a good one and it's a good cause. Well done.
Show Mfodwo some love as she walks off the stage. Thank you very much for that one. All right, so this is the point where Anita and I will test just a little bit of your intelligence on political and, of course, social issues. So you have in front of you questions. You pick one, you give it to me, Wadaga. You can pick another, and you give it to Anita. We'll read it out to you, and then you can answer. So can I have your question, Mfodwo? Right. All right, tone it down. Tone it down so Mfodwo can hear her question. Now, Mfodwo, there has been a big disappointment by many women groups and other individuals and organizations about the number of women appointed or elected to the various arms and sectors of government. Some have suggested, therefore, that the way to resolve this is through affirmative action and giving of quotas for the women's representation. What is your view on this one?
Thank you very much, Cookie. A very good evening to you all. So I'd like to start by saying that I want us to start by looking at what affirmative action is. So it's where opportunities are created for people to represent, people who are underrepresented in certain areas to increase the representation of these people. So we can look at age, we can look at race, we can look at sex, and so on. So in our context, we are looking at women. I believe that women have a long history in contribution to governance. Talk of pre-independence, talk of post-independence. And also, one thing I would like to say is that affirmative action is good. It helps women. Looking at, in Ghana, we have 38 women who are representing various constituencies in the Parliament House. But we can do more. That is 13.8%. Just 13.8%. We can look at countries like Rwanda, where there's over 60% representation of women in parliament. This means that Ghana has a long way to go. I believe that we can look at it in a sense that if these quotas are given, if the affirmative action is there, it's good. It's very, very good. But what happens if it's there and women are not taking up these positions? So we can look at tackling it from the roots. So the 1992 Constitution makes provisions for equal rights for both gender.
That's the men and the women. So if it's there and women are not taking up these positions, we can look at what society has created in the minds of women. I believe that a lot of women are doing a lot for we the women, but it's in the urban areas. Let's go to the rural areas where women think they are just relegated to the kitchen. So a lot can be done. We've seen these, I'm talking about the root. We have entrenched history of patriarchy. We look at religious dictates. We can look at old traditions and culture subordination, a whole lot. So we can start, like I said, from the roots. Getting it in the girl child's mind that what a man can do, a woman can also do. So allowing them, encouraging them to participate in politics, students' politics, right from the onset, especially in the tertiary level, organizing grooming session for these women. So I believe that we should tackle it from the root. That is women empowerment. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Mfodwo.
Bangawego.